Well, this year you might be focusing on better habits or maybe a healthier lifestyle.
2017 is also a good time to think about your computer's health, and there's an easy way to do it.
Yeah, Thor Schrock returns to compute this morning. Good to see you, Thor.
Hi,
Good to see you guys. Thanks
Welcome
for having
back.
me.
Yeah, so what are we talking about? We're talking about antiviruses, right?
Well, that's the first step. I mean, I remember I was talking on my show yesterday, like 18 years ago. I sat down and said, we got to have antivirus, guys. You got to have it. And I had people call into the show. That antivirus is a scam. The people who make the antivirus make they make the viruses, man. You know, and it was like, oh, come on. But people believe that kind of stuff, and you didn't really realize you had to have it. I haven't had antivirus in 10 years. I've never got infected. All right, great. Well, you know, we're in the world now where if you do get hit, the costs of getting hit with a virus they start at like $200 and they go up from there. It's incredibly expensive.
These viruses have evolved over time. 18 years ago, a virus was a little bit different than the viruses now.
You know, the first virus I ever removed from a computer was called the stoned monkey virus.
What did it do?
When you started your computer up, it put like a little character thing of a monkey with a cigarette.
Oh, okay. So those have evolved.
So it's a picture, essentially.
Yeah,
but
but made with characters, like ASCII characters, right?
But now it'll lock up your computer.
Well, now they'll encrypt all your files and make you pay a Bitcoin ransom. Yeah.
Right, that's the other part of it, is if you want your stuff back, then you've got to pay money to people who are nefarious anyhow. Do you even know you're going to get those files back? So, but with antivirus, this is something else, where you look at it and there's so much to choose from. How do you know which way to go?
It's tough, because if you go to like the box store or something and you sit down and you're looking at all the options on the shelf, you're like, well, there's McAfee, and then there's Norton Security, and then there's WebRoot, and then there's Bitdefender, and you know the free ones. I could get free ABG or free Avast, you know? So here's the Consumer Reports actually ranks these every year, and every year AVG and Avast are at the top of the free category and at the bottom of the overall category. So if you don't consider how much money anything costs, they're at the bottom of the list. But if you're looking for free ones, they're the best of the free ones. So what I always tell people is, you know, if you don't have a job, you don't have the money to buy antivirus for your computer, get AVG, get Avast. It's better than a poke in the eye with a sharp stick. You know, it's going to stop more stuff than having nothing. On the other hand, though, there's only two antivirus programs that consistently rank at the top of Consumer Reports lists.
Okay, what are they?
The Norton products, or Norton Endpoint, as well as Kaspersky, the Russian-made one. Okay. Now, ironic, isn't it?
Yeah.
So the Russian-made app, who better to make the antivirus than, wait a minute, the guys that make the viruses. Oh, anyway. No, the Kaspersky's Russian-made, but Kaspersky Labs is the lab that identified the Stuxnet virus in the Iranian centrifuges.
Wow.
So they do have this weird kind of they're political in a way and but their antivirus is good stuff.
So what about Endpoint? That was the other one.
Yeah, the difference between the two is Endpoint is a managed antivirus product. So what that means is you're not hanging out there by yourself. With Kaspersky, you install it, you administer it. If it breaks, you have to fix it. If it detects a virus, you have to decide what to do. You're the administrator. With Endpoint, it's like a fire and forget. You put it on the computer and it just works. And then if it comes across something it's never seen before, it alerts us. We give it directions on what to do, and then it takes care of it. And if it comes back and says we couldn't take care of it, then because when we sell Endpoint, we have a virus-free guarantee. We actually call the customers up and tell them, you're infected with a virus. Sometimes they don't believe us. They think we're like the Microsoft people. Hello, you have a virus on your computer. It'd be $400. You know?
But you like the Endpoint.
Yeah,
right?
it's amazing.
But is an antivirus alone going to stop everything? Do you just need an antivirus, or is there other stuff you need?
Good question. Pop quiz trivia, Mike. When is the last time the Miami Dolphins were in the Super Bowl?
Wow. Great question. I don't know.
According to one of my listeners to the radio show yesterday, it was 2015. And I was like, that recent? I thought it was further back than that. But the year that the Miami Dolphins were in the Super Bowl website got compromised. So some bad guys infected the web server, so that everybody who went to the Super Bowl website that had outdated Java on their computers got automatically infected. So is antivirus enough? If you have a program on your computer that your antivirus trusts, like Java or Flash, something like that, or Skype, Dropbox, that gets a free pass through the antivirus. Well, if I can compromise those programs, I get a free pass into your computer. So you have to keep them up to date with security updates.
So if
Java is not up to date, that creates a back door for these viruses to get into.
Look at you.
I'm learning. Hey, you've only been on the show for like 10 years. Finally figured something out, right?
Yeah, we're hiring.
But it creates that back door, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So Secure Updater is something that updates that stuff. As those changes are rolled out, I don't have to, as a consumer, know what's going on and keep up on it myself. That does it silently in the background.
Well, I mean, we all want to be network administrators, and there's between 3 and 12 patches a day that come out for our computers. It's enough to make you pass out at your desk. So I mean, seriously.
Well, you can't. It's hard to keep up with it all.
Yeah, it's impossible. So Secure Updater, every 8 hours, it checks for updates, downloads them automatically to your computer, installs them silently. So you don't see all the installation screens, you don't have to click next or I agree to the terms, it strips out all the garbage, and you just get the updates.
So with Endpoint and Secure Updater, you don't have to go into your store to purchase these.
Oh,
You just download them from your computer, right?
Yeah, you can download Secure Updater from secureupdater.com. Endpoint we can do right over the Schrock desk. You don't even have to leave your house if you don't want to. So yeah, we can do those on the internet for you. On the other hand, maintenance checkups, things like that. A lot of times people don't do anything with their security until they get hit.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's like now you have to fix it and you have to secure it. It is so much cheaper to just secure it before
I got a question for you. If you don't have Endpoint and you want to install it, what if you already have some sort of vulnerability on your computer? Maybe you have a virus already, then you install it, but will it notify you of those viruses, or how do you find out you have viruses on your computer?
It's a great question. Well, first of all, it's hard to find out sometimes because they don't always pop up and tell you anymore. It's like they sit in the background and do their thing. But if you try to install, really good indicator is if you try to install security software and the installation fails. Kaspersky's installer fails more often than any of the others for just stupid reasons. But like if you're trying to install Endpoint or Norton Security or Kaspersky or any of them, or Malwarebytes, any of the free ones, and you try to install it and the installation fails, that's the virus killing the installer to protect itself. So that's a really good indicator that you're infected. So a preventative maintenance checkup every 6 months is recommended to clean out the inside of your computer, get all the gunk and everything out of it. But it's also, especially with these new HPs, oh my gosh. But it's
and that's something you have to take into the
that's
shop.
in the shop because we haven't figured out a way over the internet to blow the stuff
clean
out of
out
your
the-
computer.
Right, that's just not possible.
Not yet.
So 3 takeaways here. Maintenance checkups, you should be doing that as often as you're getting your teeth cleaned. So think about that every 6
Yeah,
months.
be careful. Some people don't go to the dentist.
Well, that's the rule, Thor, Schrock. The other
rule's
2
the rule.
points, the 1-2 security punch is Endpoint with antivirus, which is what you've always recommended, and not because they pay you to. There's not like a kickback on it. He does it because he believes in it. And then Secure Updater, which constantly updates all those programs, closes whatever loopholes that those people have identified because the bad guys were out there trying to do their work. So it's those 3 things, right?
Absolutely.
Did I get it?
Yep.
So Schrock Innovations.
Good job, Mary.
Thank you, Thor.
We
I've
are
been
hiring
listening.
She listens too.
So a couple of service centers. We've got one at Village Point, this one where apparently Mike and I are going to be working next, and then the original is in Lincoln. The website for all things Schrock is SchrockInnovations.com.
All right, good stuff.
All
Can I
right,
get
thanks
this
for
job
having
at the
me.
Village Point location? though?
Village Point said, well,
Closer to my
I can
house.
shuffle people around. I'm
Thank
sure
you.
I have someone working at Village Point that the pavilion would be closer.
Good. Thanks, Thor.
Thank
No
you.
sweat.
So
We're here to help.
So flexible. our new
It's one of the
boss.
most unique events, the Cathedral Arts Project.